math students. Yesterday, you were assigned 2 pages to do, and those are on page 252 and 253. So you will need to have your math journal with you right now. So if you don't have it, pause the video and go get it. All right. We're going to go over the answers on this one, and then you'll get your assignment for the next, for today rather. Okay, let's see. Here we go, students. Page 252, identify number patterns. You should have drawn the next 3 rectangular numbers. Okay, so these are all rectangular because the number can be put into a rectangular array. So here is an array for the number 2, and it's in a rectangular form. 6. 6 is also a rectangular number. 12, also a rectangular number because it can be put into a regular array. And this one was 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, this is 20, also put into a rectangular array. And as you saw, that each time, each array is increased by 1 row and 1 column. So this had 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. This would have 5 rows. And it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. So this would have 6 columns. Okay, so this one would have, the number of columns here should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it should have how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. All right, so this one's going to have 7 rows. And how many columns? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. And if you really want, if you need to check yours more closely, you can always pause the video and count how many rows and columns you had on your drawings or your arrays so that you can make sure. All right, number 2. A, complete the list of the first 10 rectangular numbers. Okay, we have, you can see from what you've got here, the 2 was the first one, then 6, just like that one, 12, 20, because that one's 20, right? Yep. And then 30, 42, 56, 72, 90, 110. How did you get your answers? This is an example answer. It says, I kept multiplying the next 2 counting numbers. I knew 42 is equal to 6 times 7. So to find the next rectangular number, I multiplied 7 times 8 and got 56. So as you can know, the next one, I would just do 8 times 9, right? And that would give me 72. And then I could go on from there. For example, I could do 9 times 10, which is 90. And then etc., right? Okay, so, which is easy enough, 10 times 11 is, okay, and you can keep going from there. All right, 3A, continue the following pattern. All right, the first one of the rectangular numbers is 2. Okay, so the first one has 1 add-in. Add-in is what you're adding. So 2 added to nothing, but anyway, 2 equals 2. Then there's the second rectangular number, which is 6. And that is a second rectangular number, and it has 2 add-ins. The 2 add-ins are 2 and 4. And the third rectangular number is 12, and it has how many add-ins? 1, 2, 3. Those are the add-ins. What the add-ins are, of course, the things you add together. Okay, and then the fourth rectangular number is 20. And how many add-ins does the fourth rectangular number have? I bet it has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 2 and 4 and 6 and 8. All right, the next rectangular number after 20 is 30. And that has how many? Well, it's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the fifth. So it'll have 5 add-ins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. All right. The next one, you have 42, and it's the 6th one, I think. Yep, it's the 6th one, so it's going to have 6 add-ins. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and that is equal to 42. Let's look at 3B. I'm right here. Describe the pattern. Each rectangular number is the sum of the even numbers in order, starting with 2, right? So we have 2 here, and then we're just going to add the next even number to the 2, and that'll give us 6. And then we have the 2 and the 4, and then we add the next even number over here, which is 6, and we get the 12. And then 2, 4, 6, and then 8's the next even number. So we add that and we get the next rectangular number. And then for the next number, we're going to 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And that's going to give us 30 as the next rectangular number. And then we're just going to add all of them. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And that's going to give us 42. All right, C. Now, this is a sample answer, students, so if you put something, you could have had a different answer, and that could be correct as well, just as long as it fit the pattern, was a pattern. C, what pattern do you notice about the number of add-ins and the rectangular number? Well, we kind of hinted at that before. Here it says the number of add-ins is the same as the number of the rectangular number. For example, 30 is the 5th rectangular number, and it has 5 add-ins. So, so here's 30, and it is the 5th, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 add-ins. So its add-ins for 30 are 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. That's 5 of them, and 30 is the 5th number. So you can see that holds true. For example, 12 is the 3rd rectangular number, and it has 1, 2, 3 add-ins, 2, 4, and 6. Okay. All right. Now, last here, part D, 3D, right here. Describe a similar pattern with square numbers. Well, that could be many things. Here it says, here they're just adding. So for number 1, 1 is equal to 1. So then it has 1, 3, and that makes 4. So they're adding here the odd numbers, aren't they? And then next we have 1 plus 3 plus 5, and that equals the next rectangular number, which is not rectangular, pardon me, square number, which is 9. Hopefully I didn't say rectangular number before, but let's just to reiterate, just in case I misspoke. The first square number is 1, and that would be 1 is equal to 1, right? So then the next square number is 4, and they just added the next odd number in line. So 1 plus 3, those are both odd numbers, and you get 4, which is a square number. And then they're adding the next number along with the other odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, to get the next square number, which is 9. So they're added all the next one in line to get the next square number. And then they add 1, 3, 5, and 7, and they get 16. And so they just add on the next odd number to get the next square number. So 1, 3, 5, 7 equals 16. And so on. So what I could do then to get the next square number, if I do what they did, if I follow the same pattern, I would have, let's say, 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. 1 plus 3, and that would be the next odd number. That would be 9. And that would give us 25, etc. Or 5 times 5, right? So that's what they're saying there. Okay. And here we go. Let's go to the next page. All right, so this one, it was about triangular numbers. It says here, triangular numbers are numbers that are the sum of consecutive counting numbers. For example, the triangular number 3 is the sum of 1 plus 2, and the triangular number 6 is the sum of 1, 2, and 3. Okay, continue the pattern in the table below to find a connection between triangular numbers and rectangular numbers. Okay, here are some triangular numbers at the top. It's 1, 3, 6, 10, and 15. And you can see in the model that you can put these numbers into triangular arrays. And then we have rectangular numbers, 2, 6, 12, 20, and 30. And the array here will be 2, 6, 12, 20, and 30. What patterns do you notice? Sample answer. Okay, each triangular number is always half the corresponding rectangular number. For example, the fourth rectangular number is 10, and the fourth rectangular number is 20. So the fourth triangular number is 10, and the fourth rectangular number is 20. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4. 10 is the fourth rectangular number, and the triangular number, pardon me, and the fourth rectangular number is 20, and that the triangular number is half as much as the rectangular number. And here we have the fifth, right? And the fifth triangular number is 15, and the fifth rectangular number is 30. And so basically, the triangular number here is half as much as the rectangular number. And it's the same with the other ones as well. Okay, so now using that information, can you figure this out? I'm on C. The 20th rectangular number is 420, rather. What is the 20th triangular number? Oh, pardon me. Let me make sure that's said right. The 20th rectangular number is 420. What is the 20th triangular number? 210. How do we know that? Well, it explains right here. How you got your answer, I divided 420 by 2 because you know the 20th triangular number is going to be half as much as the 20th rectangular number. So you could just divide 420 by 2 or split 420 in half. So half of 400 is 200, right? Half of 20 is 10. So that will give you 210. Okay, let's go to D. This might have been tricky. I'm not sure. It says, D, draw an array to show the rectangular number 20. Divide the array with a line to show the connection between rectangular and triangular numbers. Well, this is what they did. They just divided it in half because the original here is rectangular. Yeah? And that's all of the numbers. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 20, right? Well, and that's the rectangular array. But if you just draw a line through it, oops, what's it going? Oh, I just want to erase. Okay, maybe I can erase. I don't know why it was acting a little funny. But anyways, they draw, basically we've got the rectangle, and if you draw a line through that, right over here, you're going to have the fourth triangular number right here, right in this triangle, and it's going to be 10. So for example, the fourth rectangular number is 20, and that's has 20 dots here. And then they show the 10th triangular number right over here, which has 10 dots, just by drawing it in half, giving you half of it. Okay, so students, that is all for going over those 2 pages today. You have you have 2 pages to do, and I think a short exit ticket to do. So today you need to do pages 251, and it looks like that. And also math box is 254, I think, which looks like that. And then you have one question as an exit ticket, and that should be hopefully not too difficult. Okay, so that is all for now, students. We will talk to you later.